it's Julia here from violinspiration.com, and today we are going to speak about ways to stay consistent practicing even if you don't have that much time. Today's question comes from Ruba, and she says, what do you suggest for a single mom with a full schedule and full-time job? I love to practice and I don't know why some people are bothered by practice. The problem is that I'm not consistent. Well, first, thank you Ruba for asking this question. I think there are so many of us that have the same problem. We love to practice, we really want to, but we are just so caught up into life. There's so much going on that all the time we don't find time to practice. So what can we do about it? Today I want to share 3 tips with you that I think will be really helpful for anybody that has the same situation and that is struggling to find enough time to practice. And the first tip I want to give you is to schedule your practice time. We all know that we schedule times with friends, we schedule time doctor's appointment, we schedule our work meetings, but often we don't schedule our practice time, even though it's so dear to our heart and so important to us. So what I suggest is to start scheduling your practice time and to start to make time for it in your schedule. Maybe you can start by setting yourself a goal, like practicing 10 minutes every day of the week. And then you are going to search for those 10 minutes in your calendar. And if you don't find them on one day, you try to rearrange some other meetings so you can find those 10 minutes to practice. And you will notice that on the moment you start scheduling your practice, it gets much more of a thing you take serious. And you can also tell other people, sorry, I don't have time because I need to practice violin. And it feels more like a valid reason to say no to somebody, because often when we don't schedule, we don't realize how important it is to us. So this is my first suggestion. Start scheduling every single practice session and you will see that you will practice more. The second suggestion I have is to embrace shorter practice sessions. So often we feel like we need to practice for at least half an hour or for at least 1 hour because otherwise it doesn't make sense anyway. And that keeps us back from actually practicing those 5 minutes that we had time to practice. So if we are really busy, we really need to embrace the shorter practice sessions and to really feel thankful for those 5 minutes or 10 minutes that we do have. And I have some good news for you. 5 minutes or 10 minutes a day can already make a huge impact on how good you play. So you don't need to practice for 30 minutes or 1 hour to see results, as long as you are smart about planning your practice. Which brings us to number 3, and that is creating a practice plan. So often when we just have 5 minutes or 10 minutes to practice, we are like, oh my god, no idea what to play. Okay, I will just play the song I played yesterday. And then the practice session is over and we didn't really make the best use of our time. So what can we do about that? My suggestion is to create a practice plan. You think about the things that you really want to work on. So maybe there are some hard parts in pieces. Maybe there are some skills that you want to practice or some general technique exercises. Make sure your practice plan aligns with your practice goals, the goals that you have right now, and that can be different for everybody. So if you, for instance, know that you will have time every day for 10 minutes, create a plan on how you want to use that time really efficiently. Now maybe if you have 10 minutes, you can practice skills for 3 minutes, then you can practice arpeggios for 2 minutes, maybe a tactical exercise for 1 minute, and then you have 4 minutes to work on your current song that you are working on. If you already wrote down exactly what you want to do in those 10 minutes, you will notice that you use your time more wisely. And also you might even notice you start to practice more often because you don't feel overwhelmed with what to practice and you don't feel like, oh no, but I don't even know what to do in those 10 minutes, so whatever, maybe it doesn't make sense anyway. You don't need as much time in your practice session to actually think about what do I want to practice. You can just go straight in and start practicing right away instead of first figuring out what you actually want to do. So that is definitely something that really helped me. I think all of these tips have helped me right now or in the past. I hope these tips helped you. And if you still have any other questions about playing the violin, please ask them in the comments below, and I'm trying to help as many of you as I can. Also, if you want, you can subscribe on my website to get weekly motivation to practice. So if you feel like you have a little bit of trouble motivating yourself to practice, this can be really helpful. I send out weekly motivational emails that will basically tell you to get out of your chair and to start practicing, because everybody knows that violin playing takes a while and you can't just learn it in one video or 1 week or just watching a bunch of YouTube videos. You need to be really consistent and practice week after week after week, and that is what I try to reach with this website, by posting new videos every week, by sharing emails with you, motivating emails that also contain tips on how to go about practicing. So if you would like that, please sign up for my motivational emails in the description bar, and I hope to see you next week for my next tutorial. Goodbye!